I've seen it all, from cubicle fights to the bathroom stall brawls. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here. From the break room drama to the boss that's here. We hate it here, oh, we hate it here. So grab a seat, it's horror from here. Office gossip, Twitter jams, management schemes, and toxic plans. You jump and jump, oh, we can relate. Welcome to work life, the thing we all hate. Office gossip, Twitter jams, management schemes, and toxic plans. You jump and jump, oh, we can relate. Welcome to work life, the thing we all hate. Erika and Marissa have seen it all, from cubicle fights to the bathroom stall brawls. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here. From the break room drama to the bosses here. We hate it here, oh, we hate it here. So grab a seat, it's horror premiere.
All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to our very first The Morning After YouTube Live. My name is Erika.
Hi, Marissa.
And thank you for hopping on the Hot Mess Express.
Oh,
it's not playing?
give me a second, guys.
Welcome to the Hot Mess Express. Choo choo. All aboard.
There we go. And I even waited this time. I made sure to remember not to jump the gun and, and go above or like be louder than the actual choo choo. All right, Marissa. So we have Miss Helen joining us today. She did let me know that she's running a little late.
That's okay.
So I told her that's all right. We will go ahead and let all our new YouTube viewers and listeners know about The Morning After. Give them a little background, and then I'll get into a story, and then hopefully by then she will be online with us.
Perfect.
So you wanna give everybody the background on The Morning After?
Yes. So The Morning After is a show that is created for those what the fuck just happened moments, right? So whether it's a crazy dating story, whether it's something wild and crazy happened to you while you were out and about, it's that moment that we've all had and we've all been there, that you just have to sit there and go, what is going on? What just happened? And then kind of processing it all. So The Morning After, we have a official dating correspondent, Miss Helen, who comes on here and shares all of her dating stories, which they're wild and I love them every single time. But we also have other people that come on, and you can always come on the show. Just join the link, which I will post here in the chat, and share your dating stories or just any other type of story that you like to share with everybody here.
Absolutely. And you don't need to turn your camera on if you want to share your story. But I do have to say that I was going back and listening through all of Helen's shows, because I was trying to put together like a retrospect that we're going to go over, because we didn't do that last month. And last month was our official 1-year anniversary with Helen.
Yes.
So I was like, fuck, we forgot to do that. So I was like, we'll do it in December, which kind of works out, right? Everybody does their end of year shows, whatever.
Right.
And it's not like we missed a big chunk of her. It was just, we're just a month behind, right? On celebrating her 1 year. But let me tell you, those stories,
wild ride.
Wild, and good for her for going out there and hitting those dating streets, because the disgust and the like terror I got of having to even consider going on dating sites like she does, I was just like, I cannot. It was so crazy. And I was just like, I don't know how she does it. And God bless her. God bless her.
I mean, where would we be without Helen? What would Helen do? I think is a thing. And yeah, I love how she is able to open up, and she just she's a trooper, man, because if one of these things would have happened to me, I would have been like, I'm done. I'm no longer doing this. But she's a trooper, and we love her for that. She's a queen. So yeah, definitely just click. Yes, Bruce, thank you so much for reminding us. Click the like button, subscribe, so that way you get notified whenever we come back live, as we do the shows live here.
Yeah, and today we've got time constraints, guys. So we're gonna try to do a tight show. And everybody can roll over into Kaleo's podcast afterwards. But let's get this show on the road, Marissa. While we wait for Helen, I am going to get into the crazy dating story of the day.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. So it starts with, my girlfriend and I have been together for a little over a year. I noticed the smell from time to time when we're being lazy around one of our apartments, but I couldn't place what it was.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Funky smells, I'm already out.
I was so out that I was so into the story. Does that make sense? Like, this is so gross that I need to know more. And so down this rabbit hole I went. Okay. It happened at both places. So both apartments, his apartment, her apartment, right? But I couldn't places. So I figured it was just her hair product or something. The smell isn't disgusting or anything, but it can be unpleasant at times. Not enough that you'll want to get away from the area, but enough that'll make you think, God, I wish that would go away.
So that's a strong odor. I'm sorry. That's not just like a passing, what is that smell? That is a strong ass odor.
I know. It's crazy. It is so crazy. Okay, the way I found out where it was coming from was using the restroom after her. It was very unpleasant one day. We had been very active all weekend, and showers were more of a quick rinse off instead of a proper shower. We were hiking and camping at a state park, and being a little dirty just comes with the territory of camping.
No, it doesn't. No,
that's why I camp. I'm sorry, but that's why I like to be fully bathed and showered and clean at all times. Or have like the modern like facilities near me.
Glamping. Yeah, we do glamping, not full on.
No, I am not roughing it for those reasons. No,
absolutely not. Yep.
On the drive home, I noticed in the car, and when we got home, she used the restroom first. And when I asked to use it after her, we got home, she used the restroom first, and I asked to use it after her before she showered. When I went into the restroom, the smell just hit me like a stack of bricks.
Oh, no.
All she had done was pee, and the smell was so amplified from that there was no mistaking it was vaginal. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have a hard time going through this story. It is cracking me up. I'm sorry.
Hold on. You're gonna sit here and tell me that that's the only time you noticed it? Get the fuck out of here. So y'all are not
especially. I mean, I don't know. We'll see what else he has to say. But it was especially strong because of the camping. Okay. All she had done was pee, and the smell was so amplified from there that there was no mistaking it was vaginal. I came out like nothing happened and let her shower, thinking maybe if she smelled it again after some fresh air in the other room, it might trigger her to clean her area better. It didn't do much, so she's smell blind to it.
No, not her being nose blind. No.
And this story's gonna make me laugh so hard that I'm gonna snort. I fucking know it. I feel it coming. After her shower, I go in and shower, and the smell is mostly gone, but faintly there, mixed with soap, fragrances, and such. I take my shower and come out to finish unpacking, and we start talking about what we want for dinner. She's in comfy clothes, just a big shirt and some looser fitting yoga pants. And I don't notice anything at first. We order pizza, and she takes her pants off to snuggle up under a blanket. When she gets up to grab a drink later, after maybe an hour under the blanket, the smell pours out from underneath.
She fucking hotboxed it. She fucking hotboxed that bitch.
Hot box under the blanket. At this point, I can't even read this. At this point, I'm at a loss for words and don't know how to bring it up delicately and don't want to be rude or anything. She's a very clean person, takes care of her hair, does the face routine stuff. Her hands never have dirt. Clothes are always clean. Apartment is spotless. And she picks my place up and she picks up around my place too when I let it get a little grungy. So she's very clean and I don't know how this slipped past her. Okay. So she's not
She's not dirty by any means, but she's just
there's something happening in the vaginal area.
right.
There's something happening. Fast
Oh.
forward about 3 days and life is as usual. And she says, I think I'm starting my period soon to me when I'm at her apartment one night. And I figure this is my in to mention it under the veil of hormones, maybe. So I reply, yeah, I think you are too. Somewhat vague.
Mm-hmm.
She gets a kind of like, what look on her face. And I immediately knew that it was a dumb play on my part. So I say back, well, sometimes when you're near your period, I can tell because you have a different sense, kinda. It's not bad. I can just tell. Can't explain it really. And she kind of spazzes out a little, asking me to explain more. So I started beating around the bush.
Pun intended.
And alluding to it being that I can smell her vagina because of her hormones without explicitly saying that. It results in a short-lived argument, and we don't really come to a resolution and are kind of just distant for a couple of hours before I end up heading home to take care of my dog. A few days pass and she's back off her period. We go to have sex and I can smell it a tiny bit, but it's not terrible at all. So I figure maybe she's taking extra care of that area. Well, during and after sex, it's the only thing dominating my mind because the smell is so abundant.
I'm sorry, but first of all, I just have to say the fact that he notices and he still goes in and he's like, fuck it, it is what it is. You can't complain because he's like, I will deal with the smell later.
He's going for it. I mean, he needs it. He wants it. He loves her. He fucking really loves her.
Fuck yeah, he did. I'd be like,
So, okay, well, during and after, that's all he can think about because it's abundant. At this point, I'm not sure if I'm constructing it to be a bigger issue in my mind or noticing it more than what it really is because I became fixated on it or something. Right? So, like, now he's like, is it just in my head?
yeah.
Like, am I fucking, like, can I really smell this or am I fucking up with, like, my
Yeah.
mind with this, right? After we clean up from sex and are going about our normal rest of the night, I more bluntly bring it up. I started with, hey, there's something I want to talk to you about. And she asked, what is it? And I preambled with all the delicate, I know this is a sensitive issue type of stuff. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So he's trying to like pepper it. And then I just told her, sometimes your vagina has a smell to it that's pretty strong.
Okay. All right.
I'm not going to get through this story. I notice it at home when you're not wearing panties pretty regularly. And she flipped out on me. I asked her to go see an OBGYN about it or if she could tend to that area better because maybe it's just an overactive gland or something. I have no idea. I'm just spitballing suggestions and am a fish out of water at this point. We get into a huge heated argument and I ask if there's anything I can do with my area that she would like in return.
Not him saying criticize me now. So that I can be relate.
It's a give and take.
No.
Yes. Fuck, I lost my place. I'm sorry. Or even appearances, or then he throws in, or even appearances, like shave my beard or anything. And I say I'm worried it could be a health issue and that she needs to have it addressed, but needs a professional opinion on it.
He is so respectful and trying so hard. I've been like, girl, you need to go get checked out.
Oh, I am freaking dying. She keeps saying it's natural and she doesn't smell anything, and I'm making her feel like she's disgusting and stuff. I just continue, what if I can smell it? I'm not worried. I just continue with, if I can smell it, I'm just worried it might be there when you're at work and other people notice, but don't say anything.
Oh no.
It's like,
I cannot. You're walking around with that fucking wolf cat and everybody can smell it? No. No.
I'm just trying to get through this story. We're almost done, guys. I'm so sorry. Oh fuck, where was I? So this ends up with her storming out, and the argument continues over text for a bit before we just decide to stop talking for the rest of the night, pretty much. So it's been a couple of days since then, and she has been pretty distant and hasn't brought it back up. I've only seen her for lunch one day, and she said she was tired and going home. Very "you're not invited"-esque. So I didn't ask to come over.
See what I mean? Just fucking disgusting. You're sitting there complaining about the fucking smell, but he's like, but can I come over though?
He's so being so supportive. I am not mad at him. I am 100% on this guy's side. So he said, so wrapping it up, I'm not sure how else to approach the topic or what I did wrong. I don't feel like an asshole because it's a legitimate concern over something that hasn't always been there, or at least that I didn't notice was there. But she's still clearly mad. So am I the asshole for bringing this up? Or is this something that you all just let ride and hope your partner figures it out?
No.
Oh my God.
While embarrassing, I'd rather be told and go to the doctor. But first of all, I'm sorry. Maybe I just got a very sensitive sense of smell, but I'm sorry. If it's that bad, I would have fucking noticed it, because what the fuck?
I've seen people roll in. I don't know if you want to recap. I get myself together.
Yes, take a minute. Take a minute, and let's get to the chat.
Yeah.
So as we started this story, Tia says, not the stinky cat. Oh my God. Bruce, which is the fish. Bacterial vaginosis. But Tia says someone ain't going shopping downtown. I see. That's the part that I don't quite understand. It's clearly hasn't been. It's clearly a new thing, because how can you have not noticed it if it's as bad as he says it is, right? Like, it clearly wasn't like she had this before, so something must have happened that she.
Well, I have to agree with him. Like, she does need to go see a doctor if the smell is that pungent. Like her hormone levels are probably off. What if she did get some sort of like yeast infection? Like, fucking,
it could be.
Don't be mad at him. Just go take care of yourself. I mean, it's embarrassing. Like, I mean,
but it's more embarrassing to be walking around it and then just being like, you can't smell it. Yes, the fuck I can.
Okay, I'm sorry. Kaleo's asking, oh shit, what I walk in on.
Welcome.
So the story, Kaleo, is this guy wrote in about his how he could approach the subject, or if he approached it wrong with his girlfriend about her strong vaginal scent.
Yes. He noticed it he noticed it fairly recent. So he's been with the girl for quite a bit, not quite a bit of time, but he's been with a girl previously. Noticed it as they were kind of coming in, I guess, snuggling and stuff like that. But it's fairly recent, and they went hiking, and then that's when he really smelled it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he still slept with her because he was like, "Fuck it, I'm already here." And he approached it with her and let her know that, hey, there's maybe something there. He approached it. He tried to be as sensitive as possible. We will give him that.
He did. He approached it perfectly. Like, he was very kind about it. He was like, hey, you can tell me that if some shit's going on with my stuff, like,
right.
I'll fix it too. Like, I mean, again, I know we cut off the comments. We'll go back to them because they're probably wild. But if that was me, I would want to know. And again,
yeah,
it's fucking embarrassing, but I would want to know. And he's absolutely right in saying, like, I would rather be the one to tell you than what if you're standing by somebody at work. But that's when you know he's being too kind, because if he can smell it like that and thinks other people can, like, it's just not a faint smell.
Right.
Like, girl really needs to go to the OBGYN.
Yes. Yes.
Like, ring that emergency bell.
Girl, go to the doctor tomorrow. Like, be there. Like, I ain't leaving till someone checks me out, because that is strong.
All right, Bruce, I'm sorry. Let's go back to the chat.
Yeah, no worries. Chat. So Bruce says some people like the smell of their own farts. Baking with yeast in that Dutch oven. Says Lisa. Dimitri, maybe someone needs to pray for her cat. Tia says that he's so sweet about it, though. Good for him. She just needs to see a doctor. James from Pedro says the things that men will overlook just to get some coochie. That's what I'm saying. Because if it's that bad, I'm sorry, but no, ma'am, you need to go to the doctor first. Because I cannot be smelling those smells with fucking.
I mean, the fact that they were cuddling under the sheet, like under the blankets, and she got up, and he could, like, it was like she was hotboxing under
and the covers. And when she got up, all of those smells just came right out.
Her box was hotboxing.
Just hotboxing that fucking blanket. Lisa says he's really trying. If it's a pH issue, it could affect fertility. Bruce, Jan says she should just Febreze it. No, this bitch needs a tune-up, okay? Because no, that's not just light a candle and the smell will go away. No, you need professional help.
She needs to go steam that vagina. Like, go
to the doctor, ma'am.
Well, yeah, but like, try everything is what I'm saying. Like, try every fucking home remedy. Go to the doctor. Like, I would be doing everything under the sun. Everything. Like, I wouldn't just be sitting there with my smelly vagina and hurt feelings.
No, absolutely. You pick a struggle, okay? You can't be heartbroken and have a smelly vagina.
That will never be my struggle.
Never. Bruce says she stormed out, but her odor stayed in. Tia says Mama just needs to go to the doctor. Bruce says he should also go to the doctor. Nina, our dinner was poorly timed. Sorry. These are the type of shenanigans you're going to hear in this show. Sorry about that. Jason Pedro says first he screws the cooch, but then he screws the pooch. Hope y'all aren't having tuna casserole, Nina.
No, that's so gross.
Adult onset funky. Yeah, I think people were just. James Pedro says, "I'm sorry, but this whole story just stinks." Jen says, does she have COVID? How can she not smell that? And a bunch
I don't
of
know. Like
hun-
I could 100% smell myself.
100%, yeah.
Like, I don't know if she's just in denial. I don't know. I mean, granted, okay, let's say she can't smell, right? Like she can do it. But when when a loved one is telling you, your boyfriend is telling you and being super kind about it, you have to go do something about it. You just can't keep being mad at him because it's your vagina.
Well, I think he was trying to be so respectful about it too, right? I think that counts for a lot. I think she was just probably embarrassed and took maybe a wrong approach, but girl, get into that doctor, because you need a doctor, an exorcism. I don't know. Something needs to give.
Lisa put in the chat, "Smelly vagina and hurt feelings." That could be the title of this girl's book or biography.
You cannot have, pick a struggle. You cannot have a smelly vagina and hurt feelings at the same time.
No. All right, guys. So that was our crazy dating story of the day. It was wild. And I was like, this is the perfect
opener,
like platform to share the story with. So that being said, Miss Helen she's here. So
she's
let's
here.
Yeah. Hey, Helen.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. So did you hear any of that story?
I heard all of it. I was pulling into the driveway when you guys started. I've been listening the whole time, and I'm like, I need to feed the dogs. I need to just get things ready. And then, yeah, but I heard it all. And I carry wipes with me. I carry fresh panties in a Ziploc.
But you're an active.
But you're pro, bro.
You know, I'm like, I don't ever want to be that girl.
The smelly girl, never.
Well, first of all, the smelly girl, period, right? Any
Yes.
odor, mouth,
yeah,
like armpit stench, like body stench, but vaginal.
And that'll kill a party.
That's what I'm saying. No, but he did
the
not.
party going.
He was like, fuck it. I'm gonna just hold my breath. I'm gonna breathe through my mouth. I don't know.
All right,
That's
guys. Well, like I mentioned earlier, we do need to keep a tight hour today.
Yes.
So let's jump into Helen. Helen,
Yes.
our dating correspondent, our dating queen.
Yes.
Last month was our year anniversary of doing the morning after, and we all completely forgot and did not celebrate. So, I mean, luckily it's only a month behind, so it works out that we get to do like a retrospect in December, right? When everybody's doing their end of lists and days or whatever they're doing, end of shows, right?
Yes.
So before we get into finding out what is going on in your current relationship, I did go back and I listened to the episodes of The Morning After.
Why would you do that?
Because I wanted to remember like where we started with you, or where you started on your dating journey to where you are now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a wild ride, guys. It has been a wild ride.
Yeah.
Okay. So those of you who are brand new to The Morning After, or to our YouTube live, we met Helen when we were on a platform called AMP. It was part of Amazon. It was a music-based app, but people would host like internet radio shows, right? Some were talk like ours. We did play music in between, and some were purely music, but it was just like internet radio is the best way to describe that. So Helen came on scene like, I want to say maybe August of 2022.
Yeah.
No, 23.
So
23.
Yeah.
And she just took the chat in those shows by storm. Coming in,
I have arrived, people.
and she did that.
It was like double scotch. What's that jump rope game?
Dutch,
Is it double scotch?
double Dutch.
That one. And I saw you guys playing, and I'm like, I'm jumping.
Like Helen was so wild that on one of the shows that a lot of us would frequent on the daily Adam Ramsey show, we had to come up with a safe word with Helen because sometimes she'd go too far. So we're like, safe word, Helen, let's reel it in. But that's why I got so intrigued, because I'm like, who is this wild woman? And I need to know more about her. So Marissa and I had her on our show. And because of her and another crazy caller that we had, we decided to do finally this idea of this spin-off show. We had always been living with it. We decided to just jump into it and start hosting it. And you were a big inspiration for it. And we're like, we're going to have Helen on and give us her updates of her dating life, because you would give us updates in the chats, right?
Yes, yeah.
So unfortunately, app shut down. We became little refugees.
All of us.
little refugees, and we landed, most of us, on this new platform. Well, not a new platform, but new platform to us, which the majority of the people watching and in the chat are still a part of that community, and it's called Station Head. And at Station Head, it's pretty similar to AMP, where we all host our own internet shows as well. A lot of them are music based, and of course, there's those of us who do podcast style shows there as well. So when we made the move over there in November, that's when we're like, fuck it, we're just going to start doing the morning after, and invited Helen to be our dating correspondent. So let's start with November of 2023, Helen. So that very first episode that we had you on, we talked about the birthday boy that ghosted you because his sister OD'd. Do you remember that?
That birthday boy. Yes.
That birthday, because you did take a lot of people out to steak dinners for their birthday.
For their birthdays. There was a lot of birthday dinners happening at that time.
Yeah.
So Helen, okay, so the first date, and the first date was your first date with that man was on his birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fucking weird. Like, I heard that episode. I'm like, nothing has changed on my opinion on that. That is weird.
No, that is super weird.
No, and he was boring. He didn't crack any jokes. You realize that you're the one always carrying the conversation, so you ditched him. You're like, I gotta go. So that was the only person we talked about in November, because we were trying to pace ourselves, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So in December, our favorite grandpa joins the picture. Pop Pop comes onto the scene. You met Pop on Tinder.
No, on Facebook dating.
On Facebook, yeah. I was on Facebook dating.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay, well, I got that wrong. But still, you met him. He came on the scene. You totally were down for him right away, but then he started ghosting. But also, you had red flags. He talked a lot about his ex-wife.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I knew so much about his ex-wife and their toxic ways. And I'm like, no one should know that on the first date.
All of this happens on the first date. I keep forgetting, and I get bewildered all over again. I keep getting flabbergasted because I'm like, girl, you stayed? I would have been like, bye.
Yeah. So he was always too busy. He was always too busy for you. So I think he was busy being a pop. He was busy.
The first time around with Pop, because you guys know I go back sometimes, right?
Always.
Like,
no. What do you mean sometimes? You go back a lot.
Is good. You become my friend with benefit. Okay. I will keep your number. And so, like, we just had like a weekend. It was fun, but I'm like, okay, I know too much about his ex-wife. But like, so we went out our first date Friday, and then by Sunday we were hanging out. Like, we were hanging out a lot that weekend. And I was like, this guy isn't into me. Like, I'm like, no. Like, we were sitting on the couch, and like he had his arm on the couch, but he didn't have his arm around me.
God.
And I'm like,
Helen likes attention. Helen needs the attention.
Yes.
Helen needs to be doted on.
I know my love languages.
As she should. She wants to be the center of attention, as she should, because you are the prize girl. So yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So he was in and out.
Yes.
During that time. But during that time, you also met a guy who lived out of state.
Oh, yes.
You were really into him. You had a great time on the dates, or he ghosted you, I think, the first time as well. You were supposed to go out.
No, he
Something
just
happened.
it just
And then-
fizzled out.
No, we found out the reason he didn't call you, like get back to you as fast as you wanted him to, is because his dog died.
Oh, that's the one with the dog.
No,
dog.
that's two people. That's
Those
two
are-
different people. So,
Well,
Dave,
we
I
didn't
was
explain it
talking
like that in
to-
the story. It's
no? Okay.
no.
Because
Going
the
back-
guy whose dog died was in my city. But the guy from Idaho,
Oh, maybe I misheard.
he was like a reserve. He was in the reserve. So
Yeah.
he would come to Utah every couple weeks. But that one just kind of like fizzled out. And then the guy whose dog died, like he set up a date and then he just like ghosted me. Like he didn't give me the final, like we had planned for Sunday. And then he just kind of like never replied.
and
like,
he
I'm
was
like-
sending you pics, which were pictures of his dog. Marissa and I thought you were gonna say dick pics, which we were very sad. It was pictures of his dog because
I know.
we're like, we would have rather. Why don't we get pictures of the dead dog?
Because we are
But-
degenerates. That's why.
But in December, Marissa, what did we learn about Helen in December? Towards the
December?
end of the show, she drops a nugget that she gushes when she gags.
yeah.
Oh, fuck, I take that back. That was in January.
I was like, that wasn't in
No,
December.
that was not December.
girl.
That was in January.
Because I remember going, well, that's a way to fucking start the year. Like,
Yeah.
I
Before, and I fucked that up. Sorry, I did. Because before that was Swinger Party Guy. Before
Yeah.
you dropped that nugget,
Yeah.
was Swinger Party Guy.
feel singer party
Yeah.
guy. Yeah.
And that's where you left. Well, we thought that's where you left us, right? You met this guy, you were into him. He was supposed to take you to a swingers party.
Yeah.
And that weekend after the show, so we were all very worried for you because none of us liked this guy. There was a ton of red flags.
Yes.
Yeah. Like I was
And we're
ready
like-
to dump him. And he was like, let's go to a swinger party. I'm like,
I'm back in.
yeah, let's do that.
You're like,
That
I
was
am
the
back
fun.
in for this.
That
Uh-huh.
was the hook to reel you back in. And we were all like, we will fucking go to Utah in a heartbeat because we need to make sure she's okay.
So then that's what, and then after that is when you drop the nugget of being a gusher, gag gusher.
Yes. So when I gag on a guy's dick, I also pee
That was, that was a hard D.
because I have a medical condition. I also pee when I laugh too much.
Condition.
Mamas know what's happening.
No, ma'am, you will not put that on all of us.
I know my sister tells me all the time. I go, don't you pee when you laugh? She's like, fuck no. I go, you
No.
have C-sections.
No.
No, but yeah, it's a
Okay.
medical condition.
And that's when we got introduced to Officer Ross
Yes.
because you
Yeah.
peed on his floor by his pool table, and we told you.
Showers. Yeah.
And we told you to blame the dog, but you were very proud. You're like, fuck that. I owned up to it. That was my piss, and I will do it again. And I said, good for you, Helen.
You know what? The next day he said that was hot. And I'm like, and that's what I'm doing on my OnlyFans.
All right. So now we're rolling into We're just in February now, guys.
Yeah.
Let's get a hold of ourselves. We're just in February.
Oh boy.
February, we caught up with what happened at the swingers party.
Mhm.
And we were all very glad to know
Nothing.
that he stood you up
Mhm.
because we were very worried that it was in a scary place. You didn't really know where it was going to be at. Like it was just a lot of unknown questions about, because it was kind of secretive, because it was a quote unquote a lingerie party
Mhm.
is what they were guising it as. So we were like, no, don't do it. We're very glad to hear. Right.
Mhm.
But then in February, we didn't hear anything about Pop Pop in January, but he makes a surprise appearance.
Yes.
Yeah.
You call them, you're like, I'm going in. I need some. I don't care if your kids and your grandchild are getting dropped off in 10 minutes. I need
Yeah.
some tending to. So we went back into Pop Pop.
Good.
But again, Helen left us in tears that day. Why? Because after Pop Pop was not giving her attention, she's like, fuck this guy. She starts talking to other people online. And that's when Homie the Pooh enters the picture. So you met this guy on Bumble, right?
Yes. Yes.
You went to again, fucking taking him to steak dinner for his birthday is what you did.
Yes.
Afterwards, you went back to your place because the night had gone well and your tingy was tingling and you wanted it taken care of. So you decide to go back to your house. You go back to your house, do what you got to do. Middle of the night, he's waking you up, pulling sheets off the bed because he shat himself on your bed. In the middle of the night, shat all over your bed, all over your sheets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't. And that's when I was like, burn the house. Sir, you need a new
guy
identity.
in the house. Yeah, like the sheets, everything.
Brand new comforter too.
Yes.
I was so pissed. I'm like, fuck, I just got it. Like if I would have known, I would have brought out the nice one.
Just, I don't know, like get a new, I don't know, this guy needed to move, needed to start a new life, but you stayed friends with him.
Yes.
Because
And are you still friends with him?
I'm still friends with him.
Oh my
because
God.
you are a good human being, Helen. Because let me tell you, if you would never live it down, I'd be like, you fucking shit.
I'm sorry, but all I have is white bedding. I have a very expensive mattress. No, the fuck, you're not doing that to me. And then he tried to cover it up, threw everything in the washer, didn't wash it properly, but went back to bed with a little towel under him. He shat on himself all over again and just packed up and left. Left you with a dirty towel full of shit. And I can't believe you're still friends with him. All right, let's try to move this along. I'm sorry. In April of this year, we met Love Bomber.
Yes.
But we didn't really care about that guy, so we're not going to get into details about him. All I wrote was Love Bomber because he wasn't that great of a story.
Okay.
Then a friend came, he was like love bombing you, but wasn't really showing affection. Or no, he was love bombing you, but not directly to you. So he would say like, "Oh, you're such a girl boss," but he would never ask you about you.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so then you were over him. A friend came over to help you make your signs, and you fucked him. So that was you fucked the friend. And then you introduced us to this old guy that was coming back in the picture. And we didn't think of a name for him because we didn't get into details about his story. May, we did not do a show in May because of time schedules or scheduling. So anyhow, we get into June. We roll into June, and then we talk about Casper, who you met on Facebook, and he had trust issues, and he blocked you, Helen. But you didn't care.
Yes.
You still went around that block, and you still sent him emails and music, and you're like, I would be made known. Like, you will not put me in a corner.
Baby doesn't get put in a corner.
Helen said, fuck that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. And then Pop Pop made another quick appearance. But
did.
nothing happened with Pop Pop this time around because that's when she was getting ready to come to Houston. He was supposed to meet her for some...
Before the trip, yeah.
Before her trip, before your cruise. He did not make it. So you're like, fuck it, I'm done with this guy.
Yeah.
The Pop Pop was out. But then you had met a Dominican guy who you put on the back burner.
Yes.
And that's where we got into June. So then July, oh my God. July is when Helen had a whole from June to July when we had the show. Within those 4 weeks,
Yes, that's
she met somebody online,
Mhm.
dated him, became exclusive with him, met his family, bonded with his family, and then right before his birthday, dumped him.
But we're making progress because no steak dinner.
No steak dinner that time. Very proud of you. No steak dinner. You broke up with him before.
Yes.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I just looked at the time. Sorry, Marissa, I'm trying to hurry.
You're good.
Then July, okay, that's the guy, the whole relationship. August, you had to start fresh. New roster because
New roster.
you cleared the roster for this guy you were in a relationship with, and you had to start from scratch. So then that's when you meet Corn Hands guy.
Oh my God.
You went over to his house. He kept rubbing his beard and his clothes because his hands smelled of corn. That night, you were his therapist and gave him a blowjob, and you got nothing back in return. So we were very angry with you, Helen.
Mhm.
As you should be. As you
Yep.
should be.
Yep. And then the guy
I still think you need to send him like a Cash App request or something because that's bullshit.
the Corn Hands guy. But then that's when we get introduced. I'm sorry, I was gonna take some water, but I could wait. We got introduced to I'm the type of guy.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
That's when you met this guy you thought was gonna be a sugar daddy, also known as Splendid Daddy.
Linda
here.
Daddy.
Because all he did was talk. All he said, he faked being a sugar daddy. And we're like, first of all, we had to clarify the concept of a sugar daddy.
Yes.
Because Helen, your ideas of a sugar daddy were very low. And we're like, that's not a sugar daddy.
No.
Buying you flowers and candy. And
That
like,
is
taking you for
bare
a
minimum,
picture.
girl. Yeah.
That's bare minimum. Sugar daddy is paying for your lifestyle for over 6 months. Consecutively. Then he's now your sugar daddy.
Correct.
But telling you
I'm
the type of guy that's going to buy you flowers, or I'm the type of guy that pays at dinner and never does any of that, is not a sugar daddy.
Mm-mm.
No.
So,
and he was a sales guy. Like,
well, that says it all.
yeah.
All right. Then September, that's when you tried your hand at being a dominatrix.
Yeah. That's when you threw in a curveball and you were like, let me spice it up a little bit.
That's when you got on the dominatrix side.
Yep.
Just to kind of see what was happening. And you were having these relationships with, like, I think there was like 3 men that you were telling them what to do. That's when Miss Foxy was introduced.
Yes.
Which is Helen's dominatrix name. And we were like, fuck yeah, Helen, go get it. But then we were very disappointed to find out that you weren't charging these guys. You did it all for free.
The love of the sport.
Mm-mm.
I was learning.
Those were her trials, right? Like she was her trial runs. And that's when we as an audience all learned about penis cages.
This is where our fucking algorithm said, what the fuck?
That's when Google's algorithm for penis cages spiked. Because all of us were like, what does this look like? What is a penis cage?
We needed to know. And I've honestly,
I'll never look at a slinky the same way again.
Never. Never. Now you're going to have me questioning, is that a slinky or is that a penis cage? I don't know.
Okay, and then we roll into October when you met Polly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's when Polly gets introduced into the picture. In October, you told us about meeting Polly, and then his nickname is Polly because he is polyamorous. You start telling us, which we did not know yet. It wasn't until like midpoint of the story that you told us, oh, and I forgot to mention, he has a wife. And we were like, what?
And I was like, hold on, rewind.
What's happening here? What is happening here? So that's when we learned. That's when we learned about Polly.
Dad
And
was like, what?
so we were all like, what the fuck? So you left this off with you were gonna meet his wife.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving dinner.
No.
No.
No, this is
In October.
in October.
Right. They were gonna go on a
October.
date.
It was just a meeting of the wife.
Correct.
Then you came back last month and you told us all about meeting the wife. And it went well. You guys are great. It's been going well. And now we're here. Let us know, Helen. How did Thanksgiving go?
It was awesome. It was awesome. Like, I went over Wednesday after work. Everyone got off early. We were hanging out. We went out to dinner together, the three of us. And then we went back home and, well, they're home. And we were just prepping for Thanksgiving the next day. And then we went downstairs and then just spent alone time together. And then on Thursday, we just were hanging out all day. And then they had some friends come over. Their friends don't know about their lifestyle. They think they might know, but they're not. If their friends were to ask them, they'll tell them, but they're not openly telling everyone. Does that make sense?
Yeah. They're
Got
not
it.
publicizing it. Yeah.
Because I think they're like childhood friendships. So,
Okay.
but I
So
met them.
you were just introduced.
I was
as a
introduced
friend?
as a friend.
Okay.
Friend. Yeah.
Okay.
And then, but we all had fun. We like had a great meal and we went to the bar later that day to see who's at the bar. And and then Friday, spent the night again. Friday, we all went to breakfast. And then I came home. And it was good. And then I think we talked about it and we're just like, there's a little too much of three of us going on. So
I was
That's
gonna
like,
say,
okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, 'cause
Yeah.
last time we talked, we
Mhm.
asked, like, is this gonna be like a
Throuple.
A throuple?
couple? And you were like,
Uh-huh.
no. It's they
Uh-huh.
have a relationship and we have a relationship and we're
Uh-huh.
all just cool with each other. But it sounds like you guys
Uh-huh.
were spending a lot of time together as a throuple.
Yeah. Yeah. So like that weekend, we did spend a lot of time together and we talked about it after. And it's like, no, I think I have nothing against his wife and I don't mind chatting with her and stuff. I just it was a lot. Like,
Yeah.
it was just like in the evenings that we were together and like during Thanksgiving morning, we were hanging out on the couch and like we're affectionate with each other around her. But it was just like,
And are they
think,
affectionate
like,
around you? I think we did ask this last time, but
Mhm.
now that you're more in, okay, maybe they were like
Mhm.
when you first started, like she kind of like backed off because you were just getting into this
Mhm.
relationship or whatever, right?
Mhm.
But now that she's comfortable with you being around the house, now that she's
Mhm.
comfortable with you being part of this
Mhm.
situationship that's happening, are they more like loving like affectionate towards each other around you?
I think because they've been together for so long, they're not so affectionate with each other.
Mhm.
But I mean, they're best friends, like they're still like, hey, love you, bye. We're gonna go do this, like
Mhm.
they're very much like they're not hiding their relationship, But I
Yeah.
wouldn't say they're affectionate, but I think that has to do with like you see anyone who's been married for 17 years, they're just not affectionate like all the time, where me and him are very affectionate around her, like we're always hugging and we're lovesick with each other. Anyone else, it's gross and we're just happy in our bubble. But yeah, I wouldn't say that they're super affectionate. So
Got it. Okay.
but I don't think it's because they don't have anything there. I think it just comes with time.
That's just where their relationship are, and that's how they feel
Yeah.
comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Marissa, do you want to go over some of the comments? And while we're going over the comments, you guys, if you have questions for Helen,
Yes. Put it in the chat, please.
yeah, please throw them in there.
Mhm.
All right. I think people were just reminiscing on all the stories because I think that so much has happened that we were like, oh, yeah, fucking guy, right?
Yeah.
Lisa says, this is a strange episode of This Is Your Life. He says, and no surprise, we have on the line Pop Pop.
Imagine.
Unless he's somewhere in here in the chat and we don't know about it. Let's see. No, not Homie the Pooh. Again, I think all of us collectively could not believe that. You're such a good person because how dare you? It says, I don't know. Bianca says, I don't know how Helen is even dating at this point. I would have just been the cat lady after that.
I know, Bunk.
I'm
I
having
cannot.
fun. I am having a blast.
And that's why I love it, because you have like nothing like faces you and you're just so like, I'm having a blast. This is part of it and I love it. I could never, Helen. I wish I had a fourth of your confidence because immediately
10% would be life-changing for me.
Absolutely. Because I'd be like, immediately no. No.
But I would not. It doesn't matter how much confidence I have. I would not stand for the shitting on the bed. Mm-mm.
Oh, fuck no. We're throwing hands. We are throwing hands, and you're buying me a new fucking comforter and new towel set because how dare you?
New mattress, because I don't know if anything leaks.
Everything's gotta go. Let's see. This sounds like a scene from Train Spotting. Pop-up goes the weasel, says Kendall. Lisa says, I forgot about Splenda Daddy. James from Pedro says, y'all know it all sounds a little different when Erika starts recapping the whole year.
And I was going to do a graph, like a beautiful mind graph, like with Helen.
The timeline.
And I didn't have the time.
Lisa said you had an unpaid dominatrix internship during the summer. Michelle says because of the penis cages, she said some of us knew what they were. ... All right, I did
Well,
it.
good for you, Michelle. Which
So let me tell you, my fucking Amazon ads now are kind of fucked up because.
Well, how many times did you Google it?
Once, girl, but this shit it fucks me up every time.
You go on to a whole other browser just for those things.
Okay,
I
Helen,
use Opera because I can use a VPN on it.
Helen, you cannot be sitting here giving out advice on when you were giving out your actual number, and we had to get mad at you on that episode. You were giving your actual number out to these men.
People. Yeah.
No, it was Snapchat.
Well, regardless, but it had your real name.
It had my name.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to
I was like, fuck. It has my
we had to
name.
put you on a timeout for that.
Curiosity killed the cat because I was like, I need to know what this looks like. I didn't even care about my search history. I didn't care about shit. So my FBI agent was like, what the fuck? Ma'am, you going through something? Because what are you doing? NRE, new relationship energy. Jason Page, you're like an outside chick on the inside. Wife is like, I'm going to bed. And hubby is like, I am thinking about getting busy with Helen. So happy that Polly is still going good. Oh shit, Helen brought out the Opera browser's cheat code. Yeah, I have no idea.
Okay, so things are going well with Polly.
Yes.
What are the New Year's Eve plans or Christmas
holiday plans? Yeah.
Okay, so we're exclusive. Well, as exclusive as you get in a polyamorous
as exclusive as you can get with somebody who's married.
We talked about it yesterday, and like I'm definitely more monogamous leaning, right? Like I'm not looking to get into any other relationships. Okay. And obviously he has 2 relationships. But I'm like, look, I go, I'm just really, really like him. And he's like kind of like a break from all the shit I've gone through. Clearly, we just talked about it, right?
Literally and metaphorically.
And so I'm just gonna coast with him. I am so happy with him. I literally think about him all the time. He's always thinking about me. We're having a conversation on Instagram and through text. Like we're that close to each other. But so I invited him to my family Christmas party, and my family doesn't know he's coming. But
Wait, but you're going to be around your daughter?
Yeah. So we talked about it, and I go, I'm not trying to make you a stepdad, but if we're going to do this long term, you're just going to meet her. And I'm not saying we're going to do family things, like we're going to take her out, like things. I go, it's not that. I go, but I do want you around my family. I do want you to be a part of my life. And I go, so at family events, she'll be there, and he's cool with it. And we're gonna wear matching shirts, and we're gonna be
but the family is not gonna be told
that
sister knows. So my sister knows the whole truth.
Okay.
She knows everything. And then but yeah, the rest of the family won't know anything. They can't handle that.
You're just gonna introduce him as your boyfriend, right? Like this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I mean, he's excited to go. I've been prepping him. I'm like, look, this sister-in-law, you gotta act right like this. She's gonna be like this, and just go with it. But he's excited, and my daughter knows that he's coming, and like I've let her know. I'm like, I'm dating someone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I'm just easing her in. Like I know it's a lot, but we're gonna spend that day, and then he's going to his in-laws on the 24th. So like 24th through next weekend, and then we'll try to hang out like before New Year's and stuff. Because I don't think we're gonna do our Christmas before that. So yeah, but we definitely coordinate schedules. It's like, okay, let's bring up our calendars.
All three of you sit around the breakfast table.
Well, he knows the calendar between them,
You have a shared Google calendar.
They have a shared Google calendar.
I mean, I needed to know if he was going to be available for something. So I did text the wife, and I was like, hey, do you have any plans on this day? She's like, nope, that I'll be out of town at that time. So I'm like,
so
okay.
I'm just curious how, because again, just because of the holiday season, obviously, they have like there should be typically a couple, they go visit each other's family and stuff like that. So how do you envision that going? Because you guys are not spending the actual day with each other, correct? Because they're visiting family. How do you feel about that? Are you okay with that? Or do you feel
I'm okay. We talked about it once, and he was like, and I don't know if you guys have to leave, so I just want to be mindful of your time too. But like, he's like, look, my priority is my wife, and then it's you. I'm like, I'm okay with that because my priority is my daughter, and then it'll be you. Okay. So while he's spending time with his wife, I'm spending time with my daughter. Like I have her on Christmas Day. We do Christmas morning together with my ex-husband. Like we all have it Christmas together. We have Christmas breakfast. We do presents. Like we make it special for our daughter because she comes first. Of course. And so while I'm doing that, he's with his wife. So it's okay.
It works out. Yeah, it works out for your schedule, right? And your needs, because you are also co-parenting as well. Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Helen, I am happy for you. I really am. And Jen put it in the chat. We are happy for you.
Happy for you.
Thank you.
I really hope, we're all hoping for nothing but good here.
Yeah.
For you. And this year has been wild of dating stories. I know you say you have some in the back pocket, so I can't even imagine what's crazier than what we just kind of summarized. Looking forward to some more of those stories. But that being said, we are going to be having different guests, kind of like Collie called in September, I want to say, and sharing some of their dating stories. So anyone in the chat, if you would like to be a part of the morning after, how can they find us, Marissa?
You can DM us on Instagram, and our handle is
At IHIHWHS.
and that's going to be the best place to DM us. We do have a separate account for the morning after, but honestly, probably the main account is the best
I'm
one.
neglectful on that one.
But yes, definitely just DM us, let us know, and we'll get you scheduled in because we'd love to hear your stories. And I think Helen would also appreciate to hear other stories as well.
Mm-hmm.
And your input. Yeah.
All right, Helen. Once again, thank you so much for always sharing, being so like open and comfortable in sharing these stories with us, because I fucking love you so much. And I think nothing but like good thing. Like I think so highly of you, and I tell you that all the time. I always give her so much love because I do. She's such a great person. I'm so lucky I've been able to meet her in real life a couple times, and hopefully we'll see each other again in 2025.
Absolutely. Yeah. I have loved hanging out with you guys every time we do the show. So I'm excited to have more people come. I mean, guys, just get over it. Tell us your best stories. Come on.
Luckily, everyone has shit on my bed, so. Or I haven't peed on anybody's floor either. So, all right, y'all. Thank you so much, and hope everybody has happy holidays. We will be back here on
New Year on the 7th.
No, the 7th is on Station Head. The
9th.
January 9th, we'll be back with this YouTube show. So we will see you all then. Thank you guys so much, and happy holidays. Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Jams, management schemes, and toxic plans. Your job's a joke, oh, we can relate. Welcome to work life, the thing we all hate. Erika and Marissa, your workplace queens, sharing nightmares straight from the scenes. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here, but at least we can laugh through the tears. Erika and Marissa have seen it all, from cubicle fights to the bathroom stall balls. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here, from the break room drama to the bosses here. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here, from the break room drama to the bosses here. We hate it here, oh, we hate it here, so grab a seat, it's horror premiere. Office gossip, printer jams, management schemes, and toxic plans. Your job's a joke, oh, we can relate. Welcome to work life, the thing we all hate. Erika and Marissa, your workplace queens, sharing nightmares straight from the scenes. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here, but at least we can laugh through the tears.